Hi everyone, Emily of EmilyBufford.com here. Today we're going to be comparing notebooks. So this is the Exceed new hardcover ruled book. It's 100 GSM heavyweight paper with 2 page markers. It's got 120 sheets, it's about 8.5 by 5, and I chose the ruled notebook for taking notes. So this one's the hardcover. You can see the spine here, nice and thick, plenty of pages. And I really like this notebook so far. I haven't even unwrapped it, and I still really like it. So here's me measuring it. So I flipped the ruler the wrong way, so I'm going to flip it around. So from the outside, it's just over 8.5 inches. And then the opposite way, it's just over 5 inches. So the actual pages should be 8.5 by 5, which I believe is an A4 size. So that's that one. So the other one that I have is this Minimalism Art. It says it's ruled paper as well, because that's what I prefer for this particular notebook. This one is about 7 3/5 by 10 inches, and it's from minimalismart.com, designed in San Francisco, made in China. So we're going to unwrap this one as well. And you can see it's got a very nice box that it comes in. So I think this one is going to be my daily journal. So let's put those two aside. Now, I've already been using this Paipur journal that I got from Amazon. It has been well used and well loved. It's sort of a journal for keeping track of what's going on with my family since my son was born. It's got this nice pocket in the back. And the pages are pretty thick themselves. They're 120 GSM as well. And the interesting thing is, one side is ruled on the right and the left side is dot grid. And it has these 4 nice boxes in each corner of every single page where you can write in, like, say, page numbers or dates. I will show you a page where I have dates written in, which I tend to do almost every day. So April 18th. And I could have written the page numbers in the bottom corners, but I didn't think about that when I first started using the notebook. So it's a really nice notebook. I'm very happy with it. And I think it served me really well. And I thought the Minimalism Art notebook would replace it when I'm done. Okay, so let's go ahead and undo the Exceed. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it open very carefully so I don't cut any of the pages with my box cutter, and open her up. So this one's 100 GSM, so the pages are slightly thinner. Now the first thing that I'm noticing here is how cream colored the pages are compared to the Paipur notebook, which I thought were pretty creamy, but you can see the Exceed has a bit darker yellow of a color. Which I'm not a huge fan of. I kind of more of a bright white kind of lady. The rubber band is pretty loose, which is neither good nor bad, because if you make it really thick, then you'll need that extra space. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the card that came on the front of it, put that aside, and now let's open her up. So you can see here that it's got space for your name and maybe a contact information, and it's got Exceed very large across the bottom. Now the first page is rather attached to that initial entry page, which is okay. So if you flip it open though, then it starts to lie relatively flat, not completely, but it feels good in the hand. And you can see the stitching here along the spine for the pages to stay in, and it feels good. The pages feel nice. It's 100 GSM, so it's not as thick as I'm used to, but that's a lot thicker than many pages and a lot of notebooks. And you can see the stitches here right down the center. And of course there's several actual sections to the notebook as determined by the stitching, but you can see it doesn't lay exactly flat. So you're gonna have to keep a hand on it in order to keep it open until the spine's nicely broken in, of course. Now let's look at the ruling size. So these are both ruled notebooks, and the Paipur notebook, of course, has ruled pages on the right. You can see here that the Paipur on the left is larger, and they have 1 centimeter rule, so it's 1 full centimeter. Here on the right we have the Exceed at 6 millimeters, and the Minimalism Art has slightly larger at 7 millimeters. In inches, that's Paipur is 3/8 of an inch. The Exceed is 1/4 of an inch, and the Minimalism Art is just over 1/4 of an inch. So if you like to write large, I'd suggest getting wide rule. If not, stick with the college. So let me put that one aside. Yeah, this one's got a nice strong strap on it. And you can tell how strong it is because it's actually left marks in the notebook, and I'll show you that. So you can see right there, the notebook has a mark in it from where I close it every day, which I'm fine with. It's a well-loved notebook, and I've made it thicker with all of my pictures and documents that I've put inside of it. Okay, so this one's cover is pretty smooth. It is a hardcover. It has Exceed stamped in the back, which I like having it in the back. I hate having stuff on the front, but it's a really nice notebook. I really do like it. So let's move on to the more expensive and much larger Minimalism Art notebook. So this one comes in a really nice box. Less is more, I guess, is their catchphrase. So we're gonna go ahead and open this one. You can see it's an actual box that fits together. So I'm just gonna cut 2 of the edges here so I can get into it. There we go. Open her up, take away the plastic. I'll put that plastic aside. And we're gonna open the box up, put the box cutter aside so I don't hurt myself, and put that, very nice, very heavyweight. Oh look, it's actually kind of pearly. So I chose white, which I know is like a dangerous thing to choose because it's gonna get filthy, but wow, it's really kind of pearly and shiny. It's very impressive, and I think I'm gonna save the box for maybe storing some things. It's quite thick. It's quite nice, actually. Reduce, reuse, recycle, as they say. So I'm gonna put that to the side. And here's the notebook. Ooh, it's really nice. I really like it. It does have the rubber band. Ooh, the lines are about the same size as on the Exceed journal. This is a little card that they put in there for you. Join our club, join us, that kind of thing, to get special offers and so forth. I might do that. So that was included with it, so you can get special offers from them, which is kind of nice. And then the pages feel really good in my hand. They're very smooth. Oh, here's another card. Look at that. Oh, this is how to share on social media with them to let them know how they're doing. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Amazon, leave a review, of course. Tell us what you think. So I'll probably leave an Amazon review. That's where I purchased it from. Though you can get it from minimalismart.com. So here you can see this is sort of the intro page. It's got space for your name and contact information. That's a very, very thick page. And then the next one's a bit thinner, and then the following ones are all thinner. But it does have a page number and content marker, which is like that whole, those 2 pages are for that. And it does have page numbers on it, which I'm super excited about. So I can't forget to write in the page numbers this time because they're already there for me. Pages feel really good in the hand. Here's the spine. You can see that there are stitches along the center. It lays really nice and flat. I really like that about it. So that way I can just open it up, hold the baby in my left arm, and write with my right hand because I am right-handed. So this is a really good notebook. I'm very happy with my choice. I think it's got over 200 pages in it. And again, it's got those really thick sheets in the back with a pocket. And the pocket, I'm gonna flip the notebook here. The pocket has that sort of satiny ribbon type material for keeping everything in. And the rubber band is relatively tight. Very nice, matches really well with the actual notebook. Very happy with it, and the strength of it, perfect strength. Very good. All right. So now let's look at the two covers. So you can see here that the cover for this is kind of modeled, like it's got a texture to it. Here's the two ribbons that come with it. So one is white with gold and the other is white with silver, which is kind of nice, so you can keep track of which one is which. So if you want to use one for a certain section and another for another section, you can tell the difference. Now this one also comes with two ribbons. Kind of like these ribbons, they are the exact same as each other, so that means that you won't be able to keep track of one or the other. But they do have this sort of nice weight to them. They're not thin at all, and they have a bit of texture. You can see it's kind of a woven type material. So I think they'll hold up really good and won't get too beat up on the outside of the book. So the covers here, this one definitely has a lot more texture to it. This one is definitely a lot smoother. Both are hardcover, and the smoothness over here will mean it's going to be easy to clean. This one probably not so much because it's going to get stuck. All the dirt's going to get stuck in the cracks. My Paipur notebook has the stamping in the back, which I really like. And it is a very smooth texture as well. Kind of reminds me of dolphin skin since it's gray. But you can see it's a soft cover, which I really prefer soft covers. I think they feel better in my hand. But I decided to order the Minimalism Art with a hardcover because I thought it would be pretty. So here we go. So you can see it's a pretty hard, good, solid book. And the Exceed is the same way. Now it's a bit smaller, so of course it won't bend quite as much just because of the size of it, but it feels really nice and tough. I gotta say I'm very happy with both of these new notebooks that I have. So I ask you to join me next time when I'm gonna do a pen test on all three of these notebooks. Bye!